called butterflies?
Butterflies, yeah. So ages 3 to 5, they're even ready for school.
Yeah. Are they ice cream? What's your favourite ice cream flavour? Pink. Is that? Over the past 2 days, I've participated in a number of events in Portsmouth and France to honour those who risked their lives to defend our freedom and our values 80 years ago. The itinerary for these events was set weeks ago, before the start of the general election campaign, and having participated in all the British events with British veterans, I returned home before the International Leaders event later in the day. On reflection, that was a mistake, and I apologise. I think it's important, though, given the enormity of the sacrifice made, that we don't politicise this. The focus should rightly be on the veterans who gave so much. I had the honour and privilege of speaking to many of them and their families, hearing their stories, expressing my gratitude personally to them. But I'm someone who will always admit when I've made a mistake. That's what you'll always get from me.
Doesn't it like a sundash?
It does. What should we make the next flavour? Right, are you ready? You ready? Right, let's pop that one there.
Something. You didn't care, did you?
No, I cared deeply.
Then why didn't you stay?
As I said, the itinerary for these events was set weeks ago, before the general election campaign. I participated in events both in Portsmouth and in France, and having fully participated in all the British events with British veterans, I returned home before the International Leaders event. That was a mistake, and I apologise for that. But I will always be proud of our record in supporting veterans here in the UK. We have a dedicated Office for Veterans Affairs, the first Veterans Minister sitting in Cabinet, and a range of programmes to support them with health, housing, employment needs. That's something that I've worked very personally on because it's personally important to me. Duck! Oh, there we go. There we go, how about that? Do you want that one, sweetie? There you go, and I'll fix that one. What flavour's yours? That's simply not right. The itinerary for these events was set weeks ago before the general election campaign. Of course I was always scheduled to participate both in Portsmouth and in France. I was proud and privileged to do so, to have the honour of meeting with many veterans and their families, to express my personal gratitude for everything that they've done for our country, to honour their service, their sacrifice, and ensure that our young generation learns from their example. I'll try and fix this one now. I didn't get it right last time. Ah, there we go. Can I have that one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And do you want to have this one?
Yeah.
Look at this.
I think people can judge me by my actions when it comes to supporting the armed forces. In this campaign, it's the Conservative Party, led by me, which is increasing the amount of investment that we're putting into our armed forces to 2.5% of GDP. That's not something that's been matched by the Labour Party, so there is a clear choice about backing our armed forces.
I need black pasta.
What's the name of the... Did you go to a park? What you're drawing?
Two zebras.
And zebras as well. Wow. So I don't think it's right to politicise these things. I stuck to the itinerary that had been set for me as Prime Minister weeks ago, before the election, fully participated, expressed my gratitude to the veterans.
No shame at all.
As I said, on reflection, it was a mistake not to stay longer, and I've apologised for that. But I also don't think it's right to be political in the midst of D-Day commemorations. The focus should rightly be on the veterans and their service and sacrifice for our country.
The veterans who are saying that you're letting the country down, are they politicising this?
No, I've apologised for not staying longer. On reflection, that was a mistake. I did have the privilege and the pleasure of meeting many, many veterans and their families over the course of the past 2 days, and expressing to them my personal gratitude for everything that they have done.
It's a wonderful day for it. I know, I do. Nice to see you. Good morning. But talk us through some of this, because I'm fascinated by the way in which you're doing the construction here now.
Yeah, so everything up to this level was traditional concrete.
So to this level?
Poured concrete to where you're standing.
Would you say quicker than the normal building?
I believe so, in overall terms.
I think so, because I was just saying looking up.
I love the fact that the toilet units and everything are all like literally.
Yeah, absolutely. You can imagine that happened off-site. Many things happened off-site.
But it looks seamless.
Yeah, you don't know how
We're glad.
How do you know before you come on site? So it's a different way of building, but it's a good way of building.
Yeah. To answer his own actions. For me, there was nowhere else I was going to be. I was in Normandy yesterday for the D-Day commemorations, and early yesterday, just before the event, I went down just to look at the beaches where those young men and women ran up on D-Day, and I found that very humbling, just to think of the bravery. They were under fire as they came ashore. And then obviously during the course of yesterday met many veterans, usually in their late 90s, who'd made it back to Normandy, some of them for the first time, almost all of them in wheelchairs, and I was able to say thank you to them on behalf of the Labour Party, also on behalf of my children who live freely because of their actions and the actions of their fallen comrades. That was really humbling, it was really important to me, it was a privilege to be there. And Rishi Sunak will have to answer for his choice. For me, there was only one choice, which was to be there, to pay my respects, to say thank you, and to have the opportunity to speak to those veterans. Oh, this is a game changer. If you're a young couple and you want to have the security of a roof, your own roof over your head, this is a game changer, because many of those people, let's say a young couple, both on a reasonable wage, will be paying a fortune in rent, and because of that they can't afford to save for a deposit. And if you don't have a parent who can help you out, that means you're never going to get on the housing ladder. So this will be a game changer for them, which is lower deposit housing, which means they can get that chance to have a roof over their head. And when I was growing up, although we didn't have a lot of money, the fact that we owned our own house gave me a secure base camp, and I want to make sure that we give that to the next generation.
"80 years ago, the weather broke, and the greatest invasion force in history left the shores of Britain to liberate Europe. We are here today to remember the sacrifice of the tens of thousands who did not make it home. And we are here to honour the service of those who did. Men like Ken Cook, 18 years old. He'd never been on a boat before. Please join me in giving our heroes the welcome they so deserve.
been talking, yes.
How are you? That is a smashing jacket and a smashing brooch.
We did say hello a minute ago, but the Prime Minister bounced me off. I think that's fair enough. It's very nice that he was coming around individually.
Oh, the elections? Yes, well, I've taken a day off today. Yeah. I've taken a day off so I can come and see you.
I think it's marvellous.
And say thank you for everything that you've done for us. Where do you live now?
Do you not live in Chiswick?
Oh, in Barnet. And is that where you are as well? That's where you all come from. Now, have you enjoyed today?
About some of the history, some of your stories.
Well, the weather's been smashing, hasn't it? Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best. Thank you. Yeah, bye. So, yeah, that was my Sunday lunch for a long time. So our pub on the A19 called the Haynes Arm. Yes, and we're hanging out in Teesside Park. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the plan.
No, what it is, you have to come to a football club and come to Old Burger Bank.
Now is the best bit, the lunch.
Nice drink. Yeah. How did you find today?
I'm sorry, Dan Sports. So it's quite a good keep out. But yeah.
Cheers.
Still listen to Thank you.
Brilliant.